so I've been focusing on fractions the last few videos, and I've also noticed that the T-chart, excuse me, the T-chart is helpful for reducing fractions, but also for greatest common factor. If you guys struggle with greatest common factor, I used to be really bad at math, like in middle school, but just because just the old school ways, I didn't get it. It was too much work. Like I just need a quick little tricks. So I figured out these tricks. Obviously I learned this year, and it works with greatest common factor and reducing really anything. So the T-chart will come in handy a lot in your math, in your basic skills math career. So greatest common factor, I didn't even give myself examples before I started this video. Let's do, what's the greatest common factor of 12 and, I don't know, 58? Right? I know there's going to be one because they both end in even numbers. So I'm going to go to make my T-chart. And in case you haven't seen my other video, the reducing fractions video, where I also use a T-chart, this is a T-chart, and what you do is you create a very lopsided T, and you put the numbers you're trying to simplify, if you will, or find the factor of. So here we go. What number can for sure equal 12 and 58? Now 58 is pretty big, but what I notice about 58 is it ends in an even number. And if you watch my divisibility rules video, if it ends in an even number or 0, it can be equal by 2. So instead of trying to figure out a bigger number, why would I do that? I'm just gonna go ahead and use a simple number that I know works smarter, not harder. So 2 times 12, or 2 times 6 is 12, and 2 times what is 58? I don't know, but I do know how to divide by 2. So I always cover one number up at a time. 2, oh, here we go with this board. 2 times what gets you close to 5? It would be 2. And 2 times 2 is 4. When you subtract that, you're left with 1, and you drop this number down over here, and 2 times 9 is 18. Okay? No. That was not right. It's 29. My bad. All right, and then down here I have 6 and 29. So what numbers can equal 6? 2 and 3. So 2 cannot equal 29 because 9 is not an even number. And 3 does not equal 29 because the closest number to 29, 3 times 10 is 30. If you took 3 less than that, it would be 27. So it's not going to be divisible by anything because the only options you had for 6 were 2 and 3, because we're not worried about these numbers now that we came down here. So the GCF would be 2. All right, so that's a basic one, right? Very simple. Well, 58 wasn't basic. Let me try to find one where you actually have to work a little bit harder. So I'm going to go with 24 and 100. So let's go with 24 and 100. I'm going to draw my T-chart. Woo, woo. And I'm going to have 24 and 100. Once again, I know for sure that 2 is going to equal 24 and 100. If you use my divisibility chart, then you'll also know that another number can equal it, but I'm just going to go with 2. So here we go. 2 times what is 24? That would be 12. Okay, and then 2 times 50 is 100. Okay, now looking at this, once again, I have a 12 and a 50. My divisibility rule for 2 is if it ends in 0 or an even number, it's divisible by 2. So I can use 2 again. So I'm going to pull, I don't care about this anymore because I already reduced down. I'm going to pull out another 2, okay? 2 times what is 12? 6. And 2 times what is 50? 25. Okay, and then let me check this out. 6 and 25. I don't care about this anymore. 6 and 25. The only numbers that can equal 6 are 2 and 3. 2 can't equal 25 because it doesn't end in an even number. And 3 can't equal 25 because 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 9 is 27. So, doesn't fit. So, we're done with this part. All you have to do right here, this is the only difference from finding the GCF, using the T-chart to find the GCF, and using a T-chart to reduce fractions. When you reduce fractions, you just stop and this would be your remaining fraction. If this was 24 over 100 and I was reducing the fraction, I would replace the 24 with 6 and the 100 with 25. But that's not what we're doing. That we have nothing to do with over here. We are finding the GCF in this situation. So these two numbers reduce these, so you're gonna multiply these two together and it equals 4. So your GCF is actually 4. I hope this helps. You know what, one more. You guys ever get those problems? This is like heavy on 6th grade, right? 6th, 7th, and 8th. 5th grade, you're definitely have to find the GCF. So this would help with 5th grade, but the majority of my content is really based on 6th grade. But honestly, if you're in 5th grade, like check it out, because I'm just gonna give you a head start for next year. It also might like you'll kind of see like how 5th grade and 6th grade are similar. All right, so let's go with 14, although I don't really care for that number. Let's do, I don't want to do 14, I'm going to be honest. 16, 24, and 32. $28. All right, 16, 28, and 32. So I'm just honestly going to make the T-chart around it. Here we go. So what number can equal 16, 28, and 32? Well, great idea. They all end in even numbers. So I'm just going to start with 2. 2 times 8 equals 16. 2 times 14 equals 28. And I do that because as long as they go evenly and it's the number 2, I can do it in my head. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 4 is 8. Now, like this, I couldn't do because 2 times 1 is 2. There's a number left over. So I would have to do that the long way. Okay, 2 times what equals 32? I'm going to divide it. I literally don't care that I don't know that answer in my head. Why would I guess? Just do it. Here we go. I cover everything up. 2 goes into 3 one time, and that equals 2, and you're left over with 1. I'm just going to drop this buddy down over here. And then 2 times 6 is 12, and you're left with 0, so the answer would be 16. Okay? All right, so I don't care about these numbers anymore. I'm focused on these. So I have 8, 14, and 16, and they're all even, so here we go. I'm going to pull out a 2 because they're all even. 2 times 4 equals 8. 2 times 7 equals 14. And 2 times 8 equals 16. 4, 7, and 8, I cannot reduce all 3. I could reduce 4 and 8, but I can't reduce 7. So that means I can't reduce any of them. And once again, I come over here and I multiply them together and I'm left with 4. I hope that helped. Bye.